An interview given by the Labour deputy leader Angela Rayner to the comedian Matt Ford's podcast has caused quite a lot of controversy in the last few days. Let's have a listen.
I mean, most people recognise soft left, so I would describe myself as soft left. But you know what, on certain things I'm not, though, because on things like law and order, I'm like quite hard line. I'm like, you know, shoot a terrorist and ask a question second in the morning. I'm like, sorry.
No, God, they like it.
That's the most controversial thing I've ever said.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah, the audience laughing there. Let's talk to Shonali Bhattacharya, who's on the National Coordinating Group for campaign group Momentum. Shonali, you didn't find it funny. Why not?
Well, no, I didn't find it funny. And I think there are many families across the country who wouldn't find it funny. Those comments were made at a time when the name of Jean Charles de Menezes has rightly been remembered in the news again following Cressida Dick's resignation. An innocent man who was executed on his way to work on a tube at Stockwell tube station. Other names: Harry Stanley, father of three, who was executed by the police following a tip-off that he was carrying a gun in a bag. It was actually a table leg in a bag. Mohammed Abdul Kahar, who was shot by the police after a botched anti-terror raid where police went to the wrong household.
OK, so you don't think Angela Rayner should have said it?
No, it's not a laughing matter.
Okay.
Comments like this, it's both a way of sort of muddying the waters around what the police are actually able to do. It's within police powers to use lethal force if necessary to protect public life. So actually what she's saying is something which is actually wholly uncontroversial, but she's saying it in a way in order, I think, to posture and to seem to be tough for the right press. Angela Rayner wasn't just talking about terrorism. In her comments, she actually went on to conflate terrorism with petty crime and antisocial behaviour. And that's extremely worrying. Like, in the current context where we're seeing an increasingly authoritarian government, that's extremely worrying that the deputy leader is trying to conflate those two things. And it does suggest it's part of a bigger context of what seems to be a drift rightwards around law and order by the Labour Party, which I think at the current moment, if we think about the past 2 years where we've had some of the most powerful protests in pursuit of racial justice, of course, Keir Starmer and Angela Rayner themselves took the knee in order to show their support for Black Lives Matter. These comments really do fly in the face of that gesture.
Hardly surprising, is it, Shonali, bearing in mind the result of the last election, that Keir Starmer and Toby and his colleagues want to move away from that manifesto?
Well, I mean, Toby just said that Keir Starmer was elected on a move away from the Labour Party policies that were so popular under Corbyn, certainly in 2017. But actually, that's not true, is it? Keir Starmer was elected on his 10 pledges, which actually continued the economic radicalism of the Corbyn era, as well as specifically things like public ownership, the Green New Deal. That's what people voted for him to pursue within the Labour Party. Yes. And I have to say that right now, today we hear that bankers will be receiving the biggest bonuses that they will enjoy since the 2008 economic crisis.